Hello, Warriors of Light, and welcome to my weekly podcast that covers different Final Fantasy XIV topics. This is my 27th podcast of 2025 and the 79th episode in the series. Like usual, I will be dividing this podcast into two parts. For the first part, I will be commenting on one topic from the German General Forum, the new optional items from the Final Fantasy XIV online store, the Moogle Treasure Trove event, the changes made to the forked tower entry system, and the collaboration between Final Fantasy XIV and K.UNO. For the second part of the podcast, I will be commenting on the Chronicles of Light Artbook, the Eorzea Cafe 11th Anniversary Celebration, the new Machibiraki project in Shibuya Tokyo, the latest episode of Duty Commenced, the new Square Enix Pop Up store, and the release of patch 7.25. Today is July 5th, 2025. So, this year I will randomly pick general official forum topics in different languages and give gamers my thoughts on them. So today I will be commenting on a thread from the German forum titled Zwei Sitzer Chocobo von der Hochzeit, or translated in English as two-seater chocobo from the wedding, that was created by a user named Lagerhaus. This discussion was started in June of 2025, and asks about obtaining the ceremony Chocobo after being married in Final Fantasy XIV. So, no, it is not possible to obtain the ceremony Chocobo after being married. Gamers would need to divorce their partner and purchase a new wedding package that adds the ceremony Chocobo to their new wedding. Wedding packages are available through the Final Fantasy XIV online store, and the Gold and Platinum plans include the ceremony Chocobo. So, in closing this part, I highly recommend gamers to take a look at this German discussion, and remember that gamers can only obtain the ceremony Chocobo through the Gold and Platinum wedding plans. Next, the Final Fantasy XIV online store released new optional items. Gamers can purchase a new furnishing item called the Authentic Copy of Seekers of Eternity. Gamers can also purchase the belt leather beret and fingerstall set, the belt leather attire with trousers, and the belt leather attire with cropped pants. Gamers can find more information from the Final Fantasy XIV online store. Next, the Moogle Treasure Trove event will start on July 8th and end upon the release of patch 7.3. The top prize is the coffee cup earring. Some of the rare items I saw on the list for mounts were the Ruby Gwyber trumpet and the Iron Frog Mover ignition key. These items will help new players get the Ruby Gwyber and the Iron Frog Mover, respectively. In addition, there is a new Ultimog challenge, and a sizable tombstone reward awaits those who complete this special task. I highly recommend gamers participate in this rare event for the rare items. Next, new changes were made to the forked tower entry system on July 3rd, and now gamers can enter the Occult Crescent instance with a pre-formed alliance of up to 48 players. In addition, auroral mirages are generated faster after the Occult Crescent instance has loaded. Gamers can find more information on the Lodestone website. Next, the Final Fantasy XIV team has collaborated with K.UNO, and a detailed recreation of Alphinaud and Alice's silver ear cuffs are now available for pre-order. K.UNO is a world-renowned company that has worked with a number of Fortune 500 companies, including Disney, and highly recognized for its diamond-studded jewelry. Gamers can expect an extremely well-crafted silver ear cuff with detailed and decorative designs. I highly recommend gamers to check out both the Square Enix store and the K.UNO website. So now, we will take a small break and continue on to part 2 of this podcast in a few moments. Welcome back, everyone. So, for part 2 of this podcast, I will be commenting on the Chronicles of Light Artbook, the Eorzea Cafe 11th Anniversary Celebration, the new Machibiraki project in Shibuya Tokyo, the latest episode of Duty Commenced, the new Square Enix Pop Up store, and the release of patch 7.25. So, the Final Fantasy XIV team has announced that Final Fantasy XIV Chronicles of Light, Volume 2 is due for release on Tuesday, October 7th, with pre-orders available today. This collection contains a total of 30 short stories, including those originally published on the Lodestone as Tales from the Shadows, Tales from the Twilight, Tales from the Dawn, and Tales Under the New Moon, along with 4 new and exclusive stories. The book also features cover art and illustrations by acclaimed Final Fantasy artist Toshiyuki Idahana. Next, the Eorzea Cafes will celebrate its 11th anniversary on Wednesday, July 31st, and giving out special acrylic stands. In addition, the Eorzea Cafe in Yokohama will be opened this summer for a limited time. Gamers can expect a cafe with the theme of Limsa Lominsa in the Yokohama Kenai store, and a special menu with a concept different from the other stores. Gamers can also receive a coaster of your favorite pattern and 1 random magnet. International gamers that are interested in this upcoming event can make travel arrangements through Rakuten Travel and book both tickets and hotel rooms. Gamers can find more information on the Japanese Lodestone website. Next, the Final Fantasy XIV team will participate in the first anniversary event of the Machibiraki of the Shibuya Sakura Stage Complex in Shibuya, Tokyo, which will be held on July 12. Machibiraki is an initiative in which residents, businesses, educational institutions, and the ward work together to improve the town's beauty and promote the new Shibuya district in Tokyo, coinciding with milestones such as the construction of new public facilities and the opening of large-scale buildings. Interested gamers can participate in a mysterious puzzle game for free around the Shibuya Sakura stage. If gamers pay attention to the special story prepared for this event and solve the mystery during the event period, gamers will receive a sticker. In addition, gamers can also enjoy a commemorative photo with characters, such as Mog and Alpha, printed from a Fujifilm smartphone printer, also known as Cheki. Also, the Eorzea Cafe in Shibuya Sakura stage will have a special menu available and giving away a decorative card. Gamers that live outside of Japan and are interested in the new developments in Tokyo can make travel arrangements through Rakuten Travel and book both tickets and hotel rooms. Gamers can find more information on the Japanese Lodestone website. Next, the latest episode of Duty Commenced was broadcasted on June 25th, and the 3 hosts, Danielle, Sarah, and Aya, discussed exhilarating details coming in patch 7.3 and the latest episode from Letter from the Producer. In addition, Danielle, Aya, and Sarah, also known as Okiyomi, Sitzer, and Minoraine respectively, showcased the latest entries from talented content creators and artists during the community commendation segment for prizes and giveaways, such as 10 Gigender figurines. The revealing episode is now available to watch on the Lodestone website or on the official Final Fantasy XIV Twitch channel. Next, the Square Enix Pop Up store will open in Osaka at Damaru Umeda Store and Damaru Tokyo Store for a limited time. At these stores, new official goods will be pre-sold, and Square Enix's popular comic and game titles will be available. In addition, gamers can enjoy the exhibition of the Final Fantasy IX illustration panel, which celebrated its 25th anniversary, and photos at the Photospot. Gamers can expect an introduction of some of the Final Fantasy XIV products that will be sold in advance at the venue. Gamers can find more information on the Japanese Lodestone website. Lastly, Patch 7.25 was released on May 27th and included a new field operation named Crescent Isle, Mirage Island with an area named the Occult Crescent, South Horn. In addition, the patch also included Mamul J Allied Society quests and more Hildebrand adventure quests. Also, phantom weapons are obtainable through new weapon enhancement quests by working with Geralt Blackthorn, the legendary blacksmith for all relic weapons in Final Fantasy XIV. To participate in the new field operation, gamers will need to speak to the Expedition Messenger in Tuliolal and start the quest titled One Last Hurrah. Gamers must have completed the main scenario quest Dawntrail. To participate in the Mamul J Allied Society quests, gamers will need to speak to Godel J in Yak TL and start the quest titled Cultivating Hope. Gamers must have completed the main scenario quest Dawntrail and the side quest One Forest. So, to participate in the Hildebrand adventure quests, gamers will need to speak to Nashu Makaraka in Solution 9 and start the quest titled Wizened Testimony. Gamers must have completed the main scenario quest titled Crossroads and the quest titled The Case of the Displaced Inspector. And to participate in the Phantom Weapons quests, gamers will need to speak to Eorzea in the Phantom Village and start the quest titled Arcane Artistry. Gamers must first complete the side quest Unfamiliar Territory to begin the Phantom Weapon quests. And that's all I have for my 27th podcast for 2025. If you enjoy my podcasts, you can subscribe to my English podcast channels on YouTube and Rumble, and my Russian channels on RuTube and VKontakte. Also, you can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, under Dynamis Ryne. Each week, I try to answer comments and questions found on my channels through my weekly podcasts. Feel free to post on my social media platforms and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.